Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Dallas Stars franchise mode here in NHL 20. So in last episode, we kind of had like an up and down season simulation, and we just barely missed the playoffs this year. So we've been kind of struggling the last few seasons, getting like first round exits, and then also missing the playoffs here. Hopefully our lottery pick ends up getting like bumped up higher, even though we just barely missed. Like we're probably gonna have like the 13th overall pick or something. I wish our team can move up and get into the top 10, but I don't think that's going to happen. But anyways, yeah, let's just take a little brief recap of the season. We kind of struggled near the end, and that's what killed us. So as you can see, we started off here kind of bad, or kind of around 500. It looks like I can't even remember really, but it's been a while since I recorded. And then yeah, we pretty much just stayed 500. I think was most of the season, and then there was it was right here, I think, is that we lost all these games all the way up to the 15th, and then we finally won a game, but this month was a really horrific month for us, and that set us back quite a bit. And then we went to play catch up a lot of the season, and we had a decent month in January, it looks like, and then more 500 hockey pretty much in February, but then like after the deadline, we lost a bunch of games to divisional opponents, and we missed, unfortunately. At least we had a lot of good production from our young guys like Trevor Wong again, who's been consistently putting out good points. So hopefully at this draft we could get a good steal, and yeah, we're also going to do the Resign stage in this episode. I don't know about free agency. Free agency might be next episode, because we still have to see who wins the Stanley Cup this season, and also the awards and retirements and all that. So yeah, let's get the season finished and see what happens in terms of who's winning the Stanley Cup for the season. So technically this would be I think like the 2004 season, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong with that. I don't remember what, yeah, we started in 94, this is nine years in, so yeah, we're probably around 2002-03. So in this sense, if it was realistic, the New Jersey Devils would win the Stanley Cup, and they're in the playoffs, so who knows. Who is going to be the Stanley Cup champions? And who is going to win the individual awards and all that. And it's going to be New Jersey, okay. So if this is the 2002-03 season, which I'm pretty sure it is, I'm not 100% sure of that, the Devils win the Stanley Cup like they did in real life, and Bakersfield wins the AHL. So let's take a look at those individual awards before we get into the retirements. See who wins all these individual awards. So New Jersey winning the Stanley Cup, I don't remember if they won any before this or not. They might have won one. Quebec wins the President's Trophy, so that's technically Colorado at this point. And it was the Calgary and New Jersey Stanley Cup Finals, which is kind of cool because Calgary went to the Stanley Cup Finals the season after this, if I'm right about what season it is, which I think I am. Rod Brindamore wins another Art Ross, which is unrealistic, but still, whatever. Darren Shannon wins the Hart Memorial Trophy, which is weird. I don't know how he was putting up so much points in Winnipeg, but I guess he was playing with like Keith Tkachuk and stuff like that, and that helped him out a lot. Scott Niedermayer wins the James Norris. Nice to see that. Kozlov wins the Lady Byng. Radulov with the Vancouver Canucks wins the Calder. Jesse Yolonen, or no, that's a goalie actually, so that's a random Yolonen guy. It's not even Juha Yolonen, so I don't know who it is, but he wins the Conn Smythe with the Devils. So somebody they drafted, I guess. Or no, maybe, no, it is a forward. It's a Conn Smythe. It's not necessarily a goalie, so it's probably a forward. It's probably Jesse Yolonen, or not Jesse, Juha Yolonen. So that's kind of weird that he wins the Conn Smythe. Kiprusoff wins the Vezina and the Jennings. Zeiler wins the Masterton for Florida. Knighty for the Flames wins the Jack Adams. Selke going to Kozlov. Shannon taking the Lindsay. And Brindamore with the Maurice Richard. In terms of the AHL, any awards for our team? I don't think so. Oh, wait, yeah, we got one here. Johnson won the Fred T. Hunt Memorial Award. Nice. Okay. It sucks because a lot of guys like Jose Theodore and stuff like that are staying in the AHL, it seems like, so those guys never end up panning out to being what I put their potential as, like starter potential. Kind of sucks, but whatever. Okay, let's get to that draft, find out those retirements first, and then we get the draft lottery results actually right now. I forgot about that. We fell back one spot, so we have 13th overall, which may be lucky number 13, you never know. Vancouver has number 1, though. They moved from 13 to 1, which is crazy. If we would have moved from 13 to 1, I would have been happy, but whatever, I'll keep 13th. Maybe we'll get something decent there, like another top 6 forward, or maybe we'll even find an elite guy. Who knows? Calgary and Hartford have the 2nd and 3rd pick, and those ones were ones that they traded for. Interesting. Okay, so we should be getting retirements now. I don't think we have any guys that are around that age yet. Mike Modano is getting up there in age, but he's not there yet, I don't think. Okay, so retirements are around the league. Craig Janney hangs them up, so St. Louis is losing another one of their better players that was playing like with Brett Hull and Brendan Shanahan. New Jersey loses Luke Robitaille. Eddie Olchuk retires. Bob Corkum, Joe Murphy, Ray Shepard, Benoit Hogue. I almost said Bob Hogue for some reason. Jermaine Titov. It's funny how he was playing in Germany at one point too, but he retires with the Vancouver Canucks. Peter Klima, Craig Simpson. Will he become the broadcaster he was in real life, or is in real life? Tom Chorsky retires. Alexander Seamak, Teppo Numminen, Kevin Todd, Benoit Brunet, Tim Sweeney, Brent Gilchrist, our former player, retires at 37 years old. He was with us for a few seasons, and then he left. Yeah, and then he was with Buffalo for 2 years, and then went to Sweden. Greg Hogwood retires with Toronto. Mikhail Anderson retires. Rob DeMaio, Steve Duchesne, Bob Beers, one of the best names in hockey. Vladimir Konstantinov, Dave Archibald, Sylvain Lefebvre, a lot of big names actually. Dixon Ward, Mark Tenorti, another former player of ours back in the first few years. He was a free agent for the last season, but he did play also in Philadelphia, Montreal, Pittsburgh, and yeah, that was it. Mark Jansen's Adam Burt. Okay, so we did have one retirement. So we traded for Adam Burt just because we wanted to make a run for the playoffs, and he ends up retiring his first season with us, which really sucks because he was not too bad. He had 7 goals, which is pretty crazy with us. Okay, so Adam Burt retires. So we're going to have to find a new defenseman, or we might have somebody in the system, I don't know. Brad Delgarno, Tommy Albaline retires, Daryl Shannon, Randy McKay, Darren Rumble, the father of Chris Rumble, Neil Wilkinson, Jay Moore, Glenn Featherstone, John McIntyre, Stuart Malgunas. There's a lot of these guys, holy. Jeff Smith, Sean Anderson. We might be getting to the phase where there's a lot of guys that I made retiring. Jeff Odgers, Cam Russell, and I think that might be it. Oh, Dennis Vile as well, an enforcer. Same with Jim McKenzie. And is that it? Yeah, I think that might be it. Oh, I know Sean Antosky as well. He just didn't play a lot. A lot of enforcers down here in points, it looks like. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. A lot of these guys I lowered their potential, like Blake Lazat, for example, and that's probably why they're retired already. Or maybe not. Goalie-wise, for retirements, Kirk McLean's the best goalie that retired. 296 wins. Wow. Let's just take a quick look at his stats, even though this episode might be long because of this. He only played in Toronto other than Vancouver. Kay Whitmore also retires, so both Vancouver Canucks goalies from their 94 season retire. Andre Racicot, Stefan Beauregard, Mike O'Neill, so 2 Winnipeg Jets guys there. And that's it for retirements. So we only lost Adam Burt, so that's not too bad. Hopefully we can find a good enough replacement. And we did not lose. Oh yeah, we lost a coach in the AHL, Felix Gerber. Don't think that was our head coach down there, but I could be wrong. And no, I'm not doing draft interviews. Okay, so we're up here at the draft finally after like 9 minutes. So I am probably going to do the draft in the Resign stage in this episode just because I want to kind of keep it around 23 minutes. That's usually what I try to go for. So yeah, let's get right into this draft and see what we could get. I don't even remember what the draft class looks like because I've been playing an offline Islanders franchise. So let's see, what can we get at 13? Okay, so at number 13, what are we going to be able to get? Hopefully somebody decent. Somebody maybe around this week. This guy might be elite. No, he's a top 6 probably, but he's a good two-way forward, it looks like. There's also a potential power forward who looks pretty good, and he's like 2 years away. This actually might be our pick. if he falls to 13. The scout ranking has him at number 10, but the central scouting has him at 13. Even if this guy's a top 6 forward, he looks like he has some pretty good statistics. So yeah, I think that guy might be our pick. Or maybe somebody like this guy. Nah, this guy's not as good. Top 6 probably for him. Yeah, I think I definitely want Danny Fitzgerald if I can. He might be the perfect pick. Yeah, okay. There's also a goalie supposed to go in the first round, so he's probably pretty good, but who knows. So Vancouver with number 1, let's see what they grab. They take Hartman, a power forward, center, 82 overall. Jace Hartman, nice pick. The Calgary Flames at number 2 are going to get Bonino. Damn, the West is going to be really strong with all these good guys. Hartford at number 3 is going to get Voinov. And San Jose is going to get LaCosta. Tampa Bay is going to get Schroeder. Offensive defenseman, nice. Let's into our pick at number 13, and it looks like that guy might be still available. Yes, he is. So we're definitely going to take this guy. He's looking like a power forward as well, which means if he is, he could be a really good scorer. He definitely is a power forward, I assume, with that 6'5", 220 frame. Let's take Danny Fitzgerald. Welcome to the Dallas Stars. And he's a top 6 forward, 65 overall, so he's not elite, but he definitely has some good statistics, I think. Yeah, he's got a decent shooting category already. Could be pretty solid. He's not going to get signed yet right away, but yeah, he's going to have definitely a good year down there in the AHL. His first season, he was over point per game, so decent pick there at number 13, I think. Let's to our next pick, which I think is 3rd round. Yeah, 3rd round, because we didn't have a 2nd. I can't remember why. It was probably a trade. What do we want to go after? The scouts are recommending us these guys. 4 years away would mean he's probably like a low top 4 maybe or something. Leon Schultz, this guy has a decent shooting category in 3 years away. He's probably a top 6 forward, or is just a top 9 forward with a really high overall. And then there's also this guy who has 3 years away and he's a top 9. So we could go with one of the top 9s, or we could go with that defenseman. Let's just go by potential quickly. There's maybe an elite goalie, but we don't necessarily need that guy, I don't think. Who do I want to go with? The German ABB, or ABs and mostly Cs. I might go with Schutz. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Schutz here because, yeah, he's got probably better categories. So, welcome to the Dallas Stars, Leon Schultz, not Schutz. And he is a top 9 as well, 63 overall, so another good power forward. I don't know if he'll make it, but he could be a really good, maybe bottom 6 forward for us down the road. 4th round here. What do we want to go after? Michael Mowers, what a name. We might just go random on this one. The scouts recommending us this guy. We don't know anything about him, though. But I might take a shot in the dark with this guy. Because I don't necessarily need a fringe starter goalie. I'm not going to take Trudeau. 5 years away now. But he's 17, so he'd come into the league at like 23 if he actually made it. This guy's an offensive defenseman. But it doesn't look like he has an NHL ETA, so he's probably pretty bad. This guy might be a starter potential. Low top 9. I'm just going to take the first guy. We don't know anything about him, but let's just take him anyways. Aiden Zanin. Low top 9, okay. Another power forward actually as well. So we have 3 power forwards we've drafted in this draft. Hopefully they all pan out, or at least the first rounder does. Do we want to take this goalie? Even though we do have already a high elite goalie prospect, I might take him just in case, this guy. But he is already 19. There's also, I might actually with this guy. Yeah, Andy Parks will take you. Why not? He's already 20 years old, and he's a 60 overall, low top 9. Damn, I was hoping he'd be a bit higher for a 20-year-old. And 6th round pick. Novel Seltzev could be elite, but I don't think so. Yeah, he's definitely not, I don't think. Low top 4. This guy looks pretty solid, but 4 years away. And we'll take him. Jamie Ernie, he could be a low elite, being 4 years away. He's a low 7th, damn it. That was a really bad pick, but then again, 7th D-men can actually make it in this build because of the fact that there's a lot of really low overall players, so who knows. Andre Kolyakovo. Is he an enforcer? He might be an enforcer. There's another power forward in Nishushkin. I might just go by potential here. Oh, there's a low lead that I pinned. I forgot about that. Mr. Culmore. Yeah, we'll just take him, even though he probably won't make it that much, but we'll take him anyways. Better safe than sorry with that pick. And we do have one more seventh rounder. I thought that was our seventh rounder already, but yeah, we'll just go by potential on these last two picks. Odie Murchison might be a low lead as well. Yeah, you know, I'll just take you, even though you're probably not. Low top 4D. Okay, that's not that bad. So not a bad draft. I mean, our first round pick was pretty solid, but all the rest of our picks were, okay. Hopefully Fitzgerald becomes a good scorer because he's a power forward. So we'll let all of those guys marinate in their system like in junior. And maybe after 1 year, some of them will grow a lot. Okay, let's go to the resign phase. We do actually have to resign our head coach, which I don't know if I want to do. How does he meet our system? 43% scheme fit. You know what? We might find a new coach this year. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to find a new coach. That's something I'm going to do because this team has been kind of struggling in the playoffs and free agency, or not free agency wise, what the heck. This last season, we just missed the playoffs. That's unexcusable considering we're listed as a champion, or we were listed as a champion. So I am going to look for a new head coach. Okay, let's go to our contracts. So RFA-wise, we're getting Drake back, definitely. And yeah, I'm fine with giving him a lot of years. 5 years is fine. Take him till he's 28. And we'll give you 4.75. I'm fine with giving you a lot of money and a lot of term. Wells, yeah, we'll give you a one-way deal. Just because I know you're not going to want to accept, because for some reason RFAs, no matter how bad they are, want to hold out. Johnson doesn't want to come back for the AHL, but once again, like, I'm going to bump this up, see if he wants to come back, give you multiple years as well. I don't know why a lot of these AHL guys trying to hold out, because they're not going to get NHL contracts. I might have to qualify a lot of them, which, yeah, I might end up qualifying most of them. And no goalies for RFAs. UFA players, Jeff Sanderson, who we signed last year, Breland. Okay, so we're definitely going to let go of Lindzen. Law doesn't look like he's going to pan out either. Kuzi, no, it's not that bad. He might make it. You know what, let's just sign him, why not? Give him a chance. Mueller, we're going to sign for the AHL. He's up to a 70 overall. That's pretty good for a former second round pick. And Koivunen. Yeah, I'm going to let go of Koivunen. Make some room up in the AHL. Howes, who we signed, I'm going to sign him again for another year if he wants to come back. And Vorobyev's not a bad depth option, so I'm going to sign him again for one more year. I'm not going to give him a 2-year deal. I know I'm overpaying on a lot of these guys, but whatever. Galanov's going to go because he had a horrific season. Stan Nikar was actually a good fit here. Maybe I'll sign him for one more year. I'm not giving you a 5-year deal, though. There's no way. I'll give you a 1-year deal at $5 million. Herdino, how did he play this season? It was a -2. He had a decent amount of points for a third liner. I don't know who we want to let go of. I think I'm going to let go of Breland for sure. And I'm going to bring back Jeff Sanderson because he had a pretty good first season with us. And yeah, I'm going to try and bring back Herdina as well on a 1-year deal because he's relatively cheap if he actually wants to come back. Goalie wise, we do have to get Simic back. Oh yeah, or Michovsky. Yeah, Michovsky's going to get let go of because we do have DePenta, who's up to a 68. He's going to be in the AHL this year. And then Simic, I'm going to sign, if I can, at a 1-year deal. Even though he is not that great of a backup, we might end up trading him away. Unsigned guys, is there anybody good overall wise? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, none of these guys are going to get signed yet. Okay. Let's advance today and see if we get all those guys. Anybody reject? We're just going to quickly go through this and see if there's anybody that rejected. So RFAs, a lot of our RFAs rejected, which is annoying as heck. All our UFAs are good. Okay, so these guys, we're just going to qualify them all. They're all going to accept eventually. I just don't know why they like all to hold out, because they're not going to get an NHL contract. They're not going to get over $1 million easily. So there you go. And yeah, all those guys should be good. Okay, so when we get those guys back, we're going to be at a total of 41 contracts out of 50. Let's just send to free agency already and see what's available. I'm probably not going to, I'm not going to do free agency in this episode, but I am going to probably go for a coach already. Let's go to hired coaches and see if we could find a new head coach that would be perfect for our NHL team. Because, yeah, our head coach, he won us one Stanley Cup in his time, but he kind of struggled the last few years. Ian Mestre, 43%. Let's actually just keep it on that part and we can go through this. 34%. Anybody with a good like 50, 60% one? Damn, there doesn't seem to be a lot of coaches that meet our team fit. Wait, is that it? 35% is the last one. Damn, that's it for coaches. Okay, so who had the best overall fit then for us? 43%. There's 44% might be the best one. Nicholas Vernaski. He's 65 years old, so he might retire soon, but he's currently the best option. Or Daniel Dupre or Earl Mewey. This guy utilizes Wong pretty good and Darian Hatcher. There's also Sauve, who's more balanced. I might go for Sauve. Morgan uses Hatcher the most, apparently. This guy uses Lundell pretty good. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for Sauve, even though he's not as good. How's he been like? Has he coached any teams yet in this? He has not. He's been, wow, coaching in the AHL for Hershey and Hartford. But he's been pretty good down there in the AHL, so yeah, I think we're going to offer this guy a contract, even though I think there's going to be more coaches available soon. We're going to sign this guy for our head coach option. Hopefully he actually wants to accept with us. And yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to find out if he wants to actually accept with us in this episode because we're not doing free agency. But let's take a look at what we need, and then we'll take a look at free agency, and then that'll be it for this episode. Next episode will probably be pre-recorded as always. So let's see our forward core, what we got currently going. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, and 12. And Ewan as well is another one that can make it. McCauley dropped off a lot. Yeah, so we might be good on the forward front. We might just need some depth forwards. And then defensively, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Haynes making it to the NHL. Taze would be depth in that sense. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Yeah, I think I might just keep using Taze as a depth guy because he doesn't seem like he's going to pan out. Goalie-wise, Nabokov and Simic. So we might not actually need too much. But we'll still look at what's available. And I might record the episode actually tomorrow instead, which means you guys have like literally a day or less to let me know about free agent signings. So here's what's available in free agency. So Alexander Holtz, damn, that's some big names. Ozolinsh, Bonk, who's an RFA, Delorier. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get an RFA. UFA wise though, there's some pretty decent names. Steve Yzerman's available. That would be weird bringing Steve Yzerman in Dallas. One of my favorite players of all time, and he's still putting up good numbers at 39 years old. That might be decent to bring him in, but I don't know if he fits our system. No, he doesn't look like it. There's also this elite guy that's 25 years old. Looks like a really good passer. Yeah, he's a really good passer, but he doesn't meet our system. Let's actually just go to the top and see who actually meets our system by going here. Okay, so Ozolinsh might, but we don't really need him, I don't think. But yeah, if you guys see anything available that you want me to go after, let me know down below in the comments. Because like I said, I might go for some of them for tomorrow when I record again. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode for Dallas Stars franchise mode. So in next episode, we will have the free agency and we will start up the season simulations. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.